So you pretty much flow with the goal.
I've come to the right place then.
Post Rolls Jiu Jitsu Podcast.
Here we are. It's the Post Rolls Jiu Jitsu Podcast. I'm Miles. This is Nick.
Hello, hello.
This is the beginning of Pride Month. So I'm just here supporting Nick and his choices.
I appreciate that.
That's right. I mean, whatever you want to do, I support you. So,
Thank you. Have you been? Has your week been? We have actually been off. We've had kind of a hiatus.
yeah, no, things have been awesome. I got a bunch of things cooking, man. We have the workshop at the end of the month at Grace University. That is typically my biggest workshop all year. I would say it's half sold out already, a month early.
How many tickets is sold out?
We're about at 25 tickets. So
50 tickets is the max?
it's going to sell. Well, we'll probably push a little bit because their mat space is gigantic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'll be in Chico in 2 weeks doing another workshop at Freebird Yoga, which is a super cool. They do all different kinds of like wacky yoga at this place. Mm-hmm. And then the first, I will announce today, ever.
Nice.
First Wim Hof expedition retreat is going to be at Grappler's Retreat. This is not for grapplers. This is the first time he's ever done anything outside of grappling. And so this is going to be a Wim Hof only retreat. And right now, guys, tickets are on sale. And it's the only one in the United States. There is one in Alaska, but...
I hate to break something to you.
Oh, no, please tell me.
Because that wasn't... You have actually... This isn't the first time you've announced it. I do believe you announced it on the previous podcast.
Nobody listened that far, though. I announced it at the end. This time I announced it at the beginning. And don't forget to like and donkey punch, subscribe, and sexually molest the bell so that you make sure you hear all the latest.
Oh, I see him moving, baby. Well, anyways, so let's talk CGI.
Okay.
No, CJI. It's an entirely different thing.
Totally. Where are you going?
Let's talk CJI. What do you know about it? Have you been keeping
Oh my God.
up to speed?
Are you kidding? Yeah, that's massive news.
Yeah.
Craig Jones doing his thing from unknown investors. That's pretty fun too.
Yeah, who do you think it is? Think it's Saudi money?
Ooh.
Like a rival. What do you call it? Middle Eastern sheik. Like they hate each other. Like Abu Dhabi has this rival.
Oh, Abu Dhabi gets along with Dubai. They're buddies as far as I know.
I think Abu Dhabi's in Dubai. It's part of Dubai, right? Isn't that true?
Am I thinking of another? I mean, yeah.
Like Dubai is like the
we're
general
Americans and geographically challenged for sure. Like I can't even keep track of all the states here.
Oh, dude, I have no idea.
Yeah. No, Dubai and Abu Dhabi are different because Dubai, they bailed Abu Dhabi out. Or no, it was Dubai that was kind of having a bunch of trouble.
They're both part of the UAE.
Right.
Abu Dhabi and Dubai are both part of the United Arab Emirates.
And what I understand is one of them like went into debt, and then the other one sort of bailed them out. I think. I mean, I could be totally off on this, but do you remember there was pictures?
Definitely Abu Dhabi went into debt, right? Dubai is so.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
They're making rain clouds and
so there was amazing photos online. If you get into debt in Abu Dhabi or maybe either,
you go to jail or something.
They go to jail,
right?
And so all these people that had, tried to do these ventures, they got into trouble. They got into debt, and they book it. So you can see at the airport. There was
abandoned cars and stuff, right?
Yeah, just dusty Rollses and all that cool stuff.
Dude, at the airport, like in the middle of the desert, there's a spot in the desert where there's like hundreds of supercars, Lamborghinis and Ferraris. Yeah, hundreds.
That's crazy.
For that reason, because they're like, no, I don't know money on my Ferrari. What Ferrari? And they just leave it out in the.
Like we're out.
Yeah. Yeah, people will go out there, and it's apparently not worth the money because of importing and stuff, but people will go out there like on YouTube channels and salvage them. And
no way.
Yeah.
That sounds super fun.
Yeah. That sounds super fun, right?
So I think the money could be coming either from, he was just in the Ukraine. He could have made some connections overseas, but I think he could also, there's dudes here like Zuckerberg. There's people here that have, they would have a little 3M.
Dude, what if Zuckerberg was the money behind CJI? That'd be awesome.
That'd be super awesome.
Don't they
he
have
loves
mutual
jiu-jitsu.
friends? Right, they do have mutual friends. Because he's friends with Israel Adesanya, who's always letting Mark Zuckerberg punch him in the face.
That's right. He's just like, cha-ching, cha-ching, just take it.
So you heard that here first. When it comes out that Zuck is the CJI money, that's probably it.
Somebody pontificated that already. I forget who it was, but...
No, we did it first.
Yeah.
What do you think about the whole... what do you think about his reasoning behind it? The whole, like, the grapplers don't get paid enough, and, like, his...
I have a weird feeling about I'm too late. I was doing pretty good in my 20s, and so... I don't know if I'm a little bit of a hater because there was never any money in grappling until I was in my 40s.
Right, yeah.
But man, I think when the stakes are that high, it's going to change the game. So nobody's going to tap to an armbar for $1 million. There's no way they're tapping to an armbar.
How much money does it cost to get an elbow replaced?
Right. That's what they're thinking, right? So it's really going to change the game, which I mean, good and bad. I mean, I'm sure there's positive and negatives, but it's going to be wild matches, man. The last, for the big stuff, people are going to die out there.
Put yourself, like, try to put yourself fully in the situation, and you're in a fully locked armbar. It's nice and tight, and you're up by 4 points.
Yeah.
And there's 30 seconds left in the match. And if you don't tap, that $1 million is yours. Do you think you could let your arm just fully snap and bend the other way?
Oh, 1,000%. You don't think you could?
I'm not very motivated by money, man. Fuck, that would hurt. That would fucking hurt.
You know what, though? It doesn't, though. It doesn't hurt.
Really?
Because, yeah.
I mean, just when I hyperextend... The other day, just earlier today, I was demonstrating like the effect of an armbar, and I just with my own hand pushed on my elbow, and I went, "Ow!"
Yeah,
like I did it too hard, and I hurt myself.
Well, any injury I've ever had in a match, I knew it was an injury, and I didn't feel pain.
Yeah, you're right. In the match, adrenaline that helped a lot.
That's why nobody taps to like straight ankle locks. It's very, very rare.
Yeah,
because you can handle that forever.
Jensen Gomez got his leg snapped with an ankle lock.
Oh, really?
In the Worlds.
Really?
In the finals.
And so, it's time. We're for the folks at home. We've got babies on the monitor.
That's right.
So this podcast might be 15 minutes, which is fine.
What's our minimum time? If it's only 20 minutes, do we put it up or not?
I don't know. Yeah. If it's funny.
Yeah. We could always continue on Friday and then this Friday, later in the week, and just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yeah,
we just suddenly snap and then we're in different clothes.
I don't think we're hurting anyone's feelings either way.
Yeah. Did you see that Craig Jones challenged Gabi Garcia?
Oh my God, did I? Yes, I've seen it. I mean, that's like the most exciting thing in grappling right now.
Dude, who do you think's gonna win?
She is significantly bigger than him. I didn't realize. I mean, I think she's 250 sometimes.
Yeah.
What a beast mode. I've seen her standing next to Vanderlei Silva, and
she's a lot bigger.
She looks way bigger than Vanderlei Silva. But I saw her roll with Marcel Garcia. You ever seen that?
No.
Oh, she's a beach ball and he's a seal. He's just spinning her around on his nose, and then I don't know. He makes her look like a punk bitch. And so I can't imagine Craig losing to her, regardless. Even if she takes more juice and her clitoris gets bigger and everything. I don't know. I think she's going to...
Did you see that he was going to walk out in his wife beater, smoking a cigarette?
No way. Oh my God. He's
out to beat women.
She's little barbecue stains on it. Just eating a rib as he's walking out. I mean, he's just a national treasure international treasure.
International
He's
treasure.
not
Yeah.
our national.
No, for sure.
No, he's so fun.
Man, I felt so bad for her because Craig and Joe Rogan were talking about it, and
Yeah.
and Craig was like, yeah, if I to get this done, I had to do Gabby some favors, and then Joe was like ugh, like or something like that. I was like, oh damn, dude, you fucking threw her under the
Oh
rug.
man, my friends love her. I mean, she's got some sexy ass photos. She's when she has an 8-pack and stuff.
She
I think she's hot.
hugely fluctuates between being like 6-pack and then being like basically obese.
Yeah, right.
But even when she has a 6-pack, she's still like 210, 220.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's super hot. I think the fact that she can like whoop ass like that levels her up.
What if she couldn't though?
What, can't whoop ass?
Like she just was a woman that
just
looked
her
like the way that she
physical
looked.
figure.
Yeah.
No, that does less for me.
Yeah. I have a student that's into the thickness, and he thinks that she's the hottest.
Yeah, I know. Same with my friends. I have Big Jeff. Shout out to Big Jeff. 6'10",
I was
250.
Okay, well, if you're 6'10", then
Right.
you need a.
Yeah, he's looking.
You're gonna hurt somebody.
He's looking to wrestle.
If you marry anyone under 6 foot, you're gonna do some damage.
Dude, he hurt me. I just took his back one time and he just gently rolled to the side and dislocated my knee. I was like, damn, Big Jeff. Dude, he didn't mean to. He was like, he was being gentle, like gently rolled to the side.
Right.
And pow. And he goes,
Fuck.
Well, God damn it.
Fucking Big Jeff, dude.
Right. Respect. Shout out. Jeff Barsati. I have a whole group of dudes that the heavyweight crew love. We pass around pictures of her.
Of her?
Yeah, totally.
You just pass them. You pass them around.
Yeah,
You
with
put,
the
like
first-
a framed photo.
It's just in text, little text group.
Oh, okay.
Gabi Garcia's like we're super fans.
Dude, I'm like so the whole argument, right, is Craig
Yeah, why do you do it?
thinks the grapplers should be paid more,
Right.
And ADCC is saying like we don't operate in the green or in the black rather. Like
I know
Rogan.
Jogan. I'm not. That's what I call him because
Right.
yeah.
That's what his inner circle calls
I
him.
said it so many times. It's now just Jogan, like J-Lo. So Jogan goes, he can't believe. He was like, are you sure? I don't know if that's a good business decision. That was funny. That was a funny podcast because he kept going back like, maybe that was not a good idea.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
Craig's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Dude, I think that even though it might hurt ADCC this year, I think in the long term that it's going to be good just because the drama brings attention.
That's a great point because it will hurt ADCC this year.
This
big
year.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
big time.
But I kind of think it's almost already sold out.
ADCC?
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
So unless they're like offering refunds, I might be wrong.
Wow, no kidding.
Unless they're offering refunds,
It sells out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Oh wait,
What?
is it? Maybe they haven't even put the tickets on sale yet. Damn, I can't put anything on the table because.
Whoa. We got new mic stands, guys.
We haven't figured out how to make them soundproof. This really it reverberates, huh?
Maybe it needs its own. It needs to be like on the ground.
But they're made to go on the table.
I know. We need a different table.
Hollow metal.
Okay, stop. The kids at home. I don't like this.
Sorry. Dude, I was listening to. Who's your favorite online jiu-jitsu personality?
My favorite online jiu-jitsu personality. Oh,
Yeah.
I have a few.
I
was like,
new
Boss-
enemy of the podcast.
Boss
No,
Rutan.
sarcastic favorite.
Yuri Samos.
No, that's the OG enemy of the podcast.
Oh.
The fucking Tom DeBlas.
Oh, yeah. Tom DeBlas.
I was listening to him make his commentary on the situation, and when he was doing it, either he was driving a car with a loud exhaust or he was doing it right next to one, and I'm listening to it in my car stereo, which has a decent amount of bass.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to him and I just hear like loud as shit, like what the fuck is that? And then I realized it was him recording next to some fucking Camaro or something like that.
Really?
Like, dude, just give it a second, let him drive by.
He's a prolific online presence, that guy.
Yeah, he is. ADCC 2024 tickets available? Question mark. Let's see.
I mean, he just has so much negativity on the stuff that he reposts. It just kind of
He receives negativity?
no, he just like he's constantly reposting like super negative stuff. Like, we get it. There's bullies out there. He's hurt. Somebody hurt him good.
He reposts negative stuff? What do you mean? Like
Constantly.
Like
That's what he does. He's like, the majority of his posts are like, this person did this, and this is what I think about it.
Oh.
This person did some negative stuff.
This is why they're a piece of shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. He was abused when he was a kid, and he's still mad about it. I get it.
So, most of these things, I'm looking at StubHub and like all the different sections and the days.
Yeah.
2% remaining, 1% remaining,
dang,
2%
almost
remaining.
sold out.
So then maybe it won't make any difference. You know, how's it going to hurt ADCC?
I mean,
It'll sell out.
Maybe because who's broadcasting it? Flow. So you just have to have a Flow account already.
Yeah, and Flow.
Wow. Well, that sucks. He was trying to make a difference, but he announced it too late. Then.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Flow will probably take a hit because a lot of people will buy Flow that day.
Yeah, sure.
You know? But but ADCC won't. Like, they already sold the rights to Flow. It's on Flow now.
Right.
You know what I mean? They already made their money on those.
But a lot of
streaming
people
rights.
already have Flow accounts.
Yeah. If all you guys are listening out there, if you want the hack, because what they do is like anytime there's a major event, they do not allow you to buy a month.
They get rid
of Flow.
of the free month. Yeah.
You have to pay for the year.
Yeah.
But
so what do you do?
The workaround is if you buy any Flow sport, you have access to all of them.
No.
So you just go to Flow volleyball or whatever,
Get out of
Flow
town.
hockey, and then you buy a month,
Dang.
and then you can watch it, and then you cancel it.
You heard
so
it
you
here
get
first.
a $30 pay-per-view or whatever.
Yeah, that's baloney.
Dude, I think I'm gonna host it at the gym, and I'm just gonna put 2 projectors up and put the CGI and put. I mean, when you watch ADCC,
Oh my God,
you're already
it's
watching
super
a
fun.
couple mat spaces anyways. So
I've got an extra projector.
Oh really? Let's do it. Hold on, baby check.
That'd be super fun. But you're not supposed to tell people that because I think you have to maybe that's the UFC. You got to pay for it. But if it's a private event.
Yeah, I'm not gonna charge anybody. I'm not making any money off of it.
Right.
Yeah. But it would be attended. Yeah.
Just kidding. BYOB, no charges.
That's right.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, so ADCC is like, well, you know, we don't pay you guys, but we don't make any money, and
Right.
we're offering you the notoriety
Right.
of, you know, being able to win the tournaments or whatever.
Biggest grappling event in the world.
Yeah, I mean, to me that makes sense. You know, like
yeah.
like the
I'm
thing
fine with
is as a business owner, both of us, right?
Yeah.
The amount that you pay somebody is proportionate to the amount that they make you, and they have to make you more than you pay them. Otherwise, you don't need them.
Right.
Right.
And CJI is going to lose money, a ton of money.
Right.
They're not going to make $3 million. Right.
Yeah, I don't think they're making anything. They're a nonprofit. Anything that they do make goes to charity.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean that $3 million is they just have given it away, which is nuts. That somebody was just like, I am willing to just give $3 million for nothing. It's got to be Mark Zuckerberg.
It doesn't. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. There's, because I've got nothing. So obviously everybody's just dipping into my pockets and stealing it, and so somebody up there has a bunch of it.
Yeah. It's Donald Trump.
Yeah. So
it's Joe Biden. He's just taking our tax money and giving it to Craig Jones.
oh my God, the tax money. Did you just hear today? I heard the Congress fund for the sexual allegations. They have a $17 million fund so far that has gone out for sexual allegations in court that they've paid out of taxpayer money.
They just keep a fund set aside that when someone gets accused, they pay them off.
Yes, in
Really?
Congress. Yes. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Yeah. I mean, look it up at home, guys. How many? There's been 17 million has gone out to silence the sexual accusers. I mean, that's taxpayer money. It's government money that's gone out to keep our Congress for their 60th year. There's still the same Congress guy in there.
Nice. Meanwhile, I hit the same damn pothole every day on the way to work.
Oh, that's right.
I know that's not the federal government streets. If anybody wants to correct me, but anyways, where were we on? The thing is that there is no athlete. There's only maybe 2 athletes that you could say like, oh, I'm watching ADCC because I want to see this athlete compete. right?
Right.
Like Craig is maybe one of them, and Gordon for sure is one of them.
Yeah.
And then the previous year, Andre, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the thing is they're famous because of what they did on ADCC
Yeah.
previously. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the ADCC has the viewership. You watch it. This is what the UFC did. That is kind of very smart. So you watch the UFC. For the most part, obviously there's the big money fights, right? When Conor fights or whatever. You watch a UFC card because you know that UFC is the best fighters.
Yes.
And so you put that on, and it's the fact that you affiliate the brand with this fight card. You're like, this is going to be good.
100%.
You know, there's of course there's exceptions when your favorite fighter is fighting. You're like, oh, I'm not going to miss this one. You know what I mean? But if
Nick Diaz, is he fighting again soon?
yeah, I mean, no, Nick Diaz maybe, but if you took a middle level UFC fighter,
okay,
because the top level UFC fighters they make great money. So like if you take a middle level one, and he fought in Bellator,
okay,
you would not then say, dude, well, I'm going to watch Bellator. You'd say, oh, this guy is not as good as he used to be because now he fights in Bellator. You know what I mean?
If you step out of the UFC,
it's the brand of the UFC name that draws in the majority, not all the money, but the majority of the money. Okay. It's not the brand of the individual fighters. What I'm saying is that's the case with ADCC. You watch the ADCC because you know
this is the guy.
These guys are the best grapplers. If not, they wouldn't be in the ADCC.
Right.
You don't do the other way around. You don't say, I'm going to watch ADCC because I already know these guys are the best grapplers.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is the ADCC offers more value to the grapplers than vice versa.
I see. Okay.
You know? All these people are dropping out of ADCC and going to CGI. I still want to watch ADCC.
Ooh, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of falling out. I'm falling off of it because you know what's going to be so funny is Gordon can't talk shit because, like, these are the best grapplers. No, they're not. They're over at they're over at CGI.
I wonder if Gordon is doing the super fight, defending a super fight belt.
I mean,
he can't train right now, right?
I don't know.
He's supposedly still sick or whatever. He has his stomach problems going on.
I don't know. I didn't know that. But yeah, I mean, that does put a little because he's getting. I think CJI is getting the best right now. They're going to get the best fighters this year.
Well, they have had several trial winners drop out, and so now the ADCC has then invited the second place trial placer, the runner-up, to compete.
Hey, cool. You know, we're getting to see more. Give people more opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when you watch ADCC, you would be like, oh, these aren't technically not the best, but still, man, what like 2 16-man tournaments? You're saying like, okay, they're still the top 32 in the world.
Oh, for sure.
You know, so it's
super fun.
Yeah,
I remember though. I mean, what was the first one? 98. I've been watching it forever.
Idea.
You know, you have no idea. You've never watched a Pride Fighting Championship.
I was 8 years old.
I almost want to leave the room right now. I can't. I mean, that is the greatest fighting organization that's ever existed.
Well, dude, we're gonna do a fight companion and just watch old fights.
Oh, it'd be so good.
What's the greatest Pride card of all time? The Grand Prix?
The Grand Prix is amazing because it makes zero sense that Sakuraba and Royce Gracie fought in the tournament, and they did an hour and 3/4. They did,
and then neither of them continued, right?
Yeah, neither of them continued. And then, Mark Coleman eventually won. But I think what we should do is hop on YouTube and find a full event so you get the full event experience. Because recently I've been looking at them because I was sharing them with my dad. Mm-hmm. And it was super fun. He was like, this is great. Because the rule difference in the UFC versus Pride is like, I didn't until watching Pride again, it's been a long time. But I didn't realize how dramatic it is. I mean, it is night and day difference.
Because the soccer kicks and stuff?
Soccer kicks and knees. You can knee people in the face from north-south.
Right. Yeah,
so that's what you want to do.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
whatever's happening is if you can get them in north-south and knee them in the face, perfect. That's literally everybody's go-to. And that doesn't even exist in UFC. Huh. And so the most vulnerable position you could be in does not exist in UFC. UFC is some candy ass bullshit, if you ask me, because that's a crazy vulnerable position that the guy's got to be like, okay, I'm just gonna rabbit punch you or hammer fist you from here, when really
Jerk your face off.
just
When they do these ones?
yeah, and really you should be like Kevin Randleman, who would do like he'd get in a yoga pose, like almost a headstand. He'd put his head on your chest and he'd be resting on his elbows.
Yeah. And drop his knee.
He started, you could tell the moment he learned it, because he was like doing some knees. I forget who he was fighting, but it was one of Kevin Randleman's early fights. And he's doing a couple of knees, one knee at a time. And then at one point, he just does like a full headstand on this dude's chest and comes down with a double knee. Bow, bow. And then two of those. And even the ref was like, whoa, take it easy.
He was looking at the boss and everything. Can you do that?
Yeah, is this legal? Lord of mercy.
Can we allow this?
But
that's
cool. I understand why that's not legal. Because it's just, we're going to crack some skulls. Yeah, some people are, it's tough. But that's such a vulnerable position that's not being exploited. And people aren't practicing it or anything.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to watch. We'll pull up just some old good ones and watch. That's what everybody does. They try and go to north-south and just knee your brains out. And then if they can't get it right because you're too scrambly, then they hop off. And then come with a heel strike to your face.
Whoa.
Well, I know. It's glorious and delicious. It's so good.
I've never seen... The oldest Vanderlei Silva fight I've seen is Chael Sonnen.
In the UFC?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You haven't seen the old glory days?
Over the hills. Yeah.
My God. Yeah. That was so fun.
I still know his reputation, though, so I still like him. But
yeah.
Did you see... I'm sure you have. You've seen when they did The Ultimate Fighter, Chael and Vanderlei. And Chael... It makes so much sense now. Because it seemed weird what he said in the time. But now that he's done fighting, and he's kind of has let people in. Like, look, I was playing a role, and this is why I was doing certain things. Mm-hmm. When they square off, he goes... he's like telling Vanderlei, don't do this. Because Vanderlei goes, So,
yeah.
And he's like, Vanderlei, don't, he's like basically telling him, look, he's telling him in front of the cameras as best as he can.
Yeah.
We're selling a fight. Don't make an issue right now. You know what I mean? We're not going to fight now. We need to fucking, And then he goes, he does the whole, I can't let you get close. I can't let you get that close. And then Vanderlei swings and he instantly double legs him. And then Chael goes, fucking amateur. And you go what? Why did he say? Was he trying to say his takedown defense was good? And he's, now looking back, he was being a fucking amateur. I was clearly selling a fight. Yeah. He fucking ruined it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I didn't even really get that. But I do remember, one of the things that Chael says, and I remember that whole scenario. I remember that whole situation.
Yeah.
But one of the things he says is he was like, your dad always taught you, or his dad always taught him, you hit first.
Right.
And so that's why he's saying, I can't let you get close. He's literally telling him, I'm not going to let you get in striking distance. I'm going to take you down, or I'm going to engage.
Yeah, dude, that's such a that's funny though. 100%. Oh yeah.
I didn't hear him say amateur though. That's really funny.
It's quiet because after they hit the guy, fucking amateur. He doesn't say fucking because he doesn't cuss ever.
Oh
yeah,
I didn't know that. Good for him.
Yeah, but he man, I always rooted for Chael because I heard, the story is that when his dad died, right on his deathbed, he promised him he'd be world champion, and he never was.
Wow.
In any organization. Isn't that crazy?
God, he got so close with Anderson Silva. Wasn't he going to get the belt then?
Multiple title fights, and what's interesting is he got triangled. I'm going to say all of his title fights.
Did he?
So he says, it was in his head, I think it was a sports psychology thing, because not only did I get triangled in almost all my losses, I got triangled in the second round.
Where he was winning.
Yeah. The Anderson Silva one was famously the fifth round. But
and he was winning though.
Yeah. He fought Damian Maia, and Damian Maia, he was crushing Damian Maia. Damian Maia lat dropped him into a triangle. It was the sexiest fucking thing in the world.
Wow.
Lat dropped him, landed in a triangle, got submitted. Yeah, he's always winning. He would get triangled.
He didn't finish the triangle defense on Anderson Silva. That was a super cool defense.
Yeah, he put his feet in there, but he didn't he didn't actually lean back far enough to break it, right?
Well, he didn't get both feet in. Did he get both feet in front and lock it? So you throw one, you get in the triangle, you can throw both feet.
No, yeah, he put the feet just in the armpits. He didn't cross the feet over the chest.
Right. That's a pretty effective. Even if you start to get into a armbar, you could even you could apply when Dean Lister fought Keenan Cornelius and he got out of a knee bar. You can apply like a little frame to your arms and you can get out of there, man. If you have your legs crossed in front.
Do you ever hear the word knee bar and not say in your head knee bar?
No, every time I say every time
Me
he's
too.
like, I drove this far. You can't
Every
even
time
knee bar.
anyone says knee bar to me, I go knee bar, and then they look at me like, what?
Like,
I don't get it
knee
anymore.
bar? Like, there's no R.
Kids
There's
these
no
days.
R on the knee bar. And thanks to that Boston guy that drove so far. It was like 45 minutes too. It wasn't even that far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Drove all this way and you can't fucking knee bar?
It's 45 minutes.
If I was the ref, I would have been like, you drove all this way and you didn't read the rules?
Well, shout out to him. He's in our intro.
He is. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. We should have him on the podcast. Let's
Oh
find
my
him.
god, we gotta find him. We gotta find him.
I bet he exists somewhere.
I'm sure he exists. Yeah.
So, I guarantee he's still in Philly, though. He's never left Jersey or wherever he is.
Did you watch any of the Worlds this weekend? Did you see
No, I'm doing highlights.
Situation with Tynan and
I did see that.
Francisco Lowe?
Yes. What do you think?
Okay. I wasn't prepared to share my thoughts. I wanted to ask you what you thought.
So it wasn't until after I learned I just saw the highlight.
Yeah.
And then I learned, too, that top guy, Lowe, is losing. Right? Or
In that situation.
He had already, I think he was down on points, maybe. Could he have been down on points?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So, he was not the favorite for sure.
For sure, yeah.
So I learned that he kind of cried about a eye poke at first, and then so not knowing any of the backstory and just looking at the footage, that was a destructive leg placement. And so I even read comments too, and they were like, "I didn't see anything." Well, then you don't know jiu-jitsu at all.
You're fucking retarded
Yeah,
if you didn't think that was a bad position for his knee. It was terrible.
It was terrible for his knee. And so I don't think his grimacing at the end, even though he won or whatever, like he was still like limping and stuff. No, that was 100%. He tore, something. He that caused damage, that position, right? And I don't think, and he really couldn't tap from that position. And so I think what some people were saying was like he shouldn't have left his knee there. He should have disengaged somehow.
That's the thing, is that it wasn't. Well, so first, the eye poke was not earlier in the match. It was last year.
Oh, okay.
So that's why, or part of the reason why people are saying like, oh, he just wanted the match to end, like he was looking to try to get a DQ win or whatever, or maybe just subconsciously searching for a way out of it.
Just anything. He's just trying to do anything he can.
Right. Yeah. Because that eye poke was last year,
Okay,
and it was Tynan, same guys, right? And I think even in the quarterfinals, like the same spot in the tournament. That might not be true, but it was the same. Yeah. It was towards the end of the tournament.
But you can't poke people in the eye.
But did you watch the video when he gets poked? Mm-mm. So Tynan reaches for the gi, and I keep wanting to say Leandro, Francisco though.
Right.
Francisco changes levels, like for a fake takedown. The camera angle is from behind Francisco, so you can't actually see where his finger's landing. It looks very much like it hits him in the lower part of his face.
But wait, so did it hit him in the eye or not?
You can't tell.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, not in the videos that any of the cameras that I've seen. You can't tell. It looks very much like he hits him like down here, but it's possible. Like if his fingers were spread really wide, maybe the thumb caught him. But
so we don't know if he's faking it or not.
Yeah, it looks like he did, like he faked it, But
I see.
There's no you can, and all the things I've seen, you can't really prove it. But it's very suspect when later on he does the same thing, or at least a similar thing, where he goes, "Oh, this and that hurts," and the position. Yeah, people are saying, "Oh, that wouldn't hurt your knee." You fucking retarded,
I thought we were politically correct on this podcast.
So, that's my favorite word to say in a Boston accent.
It is. It's pretty good.
You went all the way out there in the rain, you didn't bring the number? What are you, fucking retarded? Yeah, it looks very much like... when he goes to do the leg, apparently the rule is you can do that. He basically has De La Hiva, and he's like looking to pull... you know how if you're in De La Hiva, you get the person's back to turn, you can step the free leg over and put a butterfly hook in behind their leg and expose their back.
Right.
But if they drop their knee down, you have to like kind of pull on their ankle to get them to continue to turn. Yeah. Which is what he was doing. And
he didn't turn.
But the thing is all he would have to do is turn. Right. So it was kind of his thing. Like, I see. He was like, if he would have turned, he would have relieved the pressure of his knee.
I see.
Apparently, I just heard this from somebody. Apparently, what they were saying the rule is that you can do that, but you can't lock your hands together. The moment you lock your hands and pull on it, it becomes like a leg lock, more or less. Interesting. And so, or at least an illegal leg lock. Yeah. And so that's why they DQ'd him. I think even the Mendez brothers were like, we don't disagree with the call. Like, we're just suggesting possibly this person, has a pattern of like getting hurt in matches. You know, and you do with that, look into it.
No, that's interesting. But I mean, that position was, I see what you mean though. There's places that, and I've done that too, that I've put my own leg. I've hurt myself. Right. Being stubborn about a position. And yeah, he should. I mean, that was the point. It was to cause like light tension until he rolls. And but that's what's going to happen in the CJI. Nobody is going to give anything away, and everybody's going to get hurt.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, we're paying them to get hurt for us. I think you should be able to tear someone's leg off and beat them with it. Especially if they won't tap. Like Jacare would just be getting beat with his own bloody arm.
Oh my gosh.
He'd never tap.
That was the best match ever.
Oh, against Hadra Grace.
Yeah. The broken arm. Who wins that match? Doesn't Jacare win?
Jacare wins, yeah. Because he was winning, and then he tucks his broken arm into his belt.
That's right.
He's like, let's go, baby. I don't give a shit. Like, dang. Hadra's like, you lost, you jerk.
Did you see?
Same with Gordon Ryan and Craig Jones.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He broke the shit out of that arm.
Yeah, he did.
Like pop.
And Nicky Rod.
Oh, yeah. Nicky Rod too. The ankle
with the toe hold.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, my foot broke. But if you didn't tap, it doesn't matter if it broke. That's why.
I mean, it doesn't hurt.
That's why Elio Gracie says choke people, right? Because tough.
That's right.
A tough person, you can break them, and they will keep fighting.
That's it. It's going to change the game. I mean, you got to use the submissions for that game.
Speaking of Elio, he hasn't been here.
It's been less. What did you do?
I haven't heard him at all.
Oh my god.
Well, right now the recording deck is plugged into my laptop. So I don't know if that's a more steady power supply or something, but
yeah, cool. Yeah. Now we know. Elio, thanks. He did visit us earlier today.
He did?
Yeah. You heard it. It was just for a moment.
Oh, okay. So what were we talking about?
CJI. What else? What else is it going to do? How else is it going to change the game?
I don't know.
Craig Jones is just so funny, and I mean, I just hope for him to. I want him to be a commentator. I want him like Charles Barkley, just exist around the game forever, just lightening up everyone. And,
he would be a great commentator. Dude, he should be a commentator for the UFC.
I hope he does.
When Joe retires.
Oh, my God.
Put Craig in there. That'd be great.
I don't think they could handle his...
The only problem with that is Craig has done so much cocaine that you can hear him breathing through his mouth at all times. So you'd be watching UFC and they're just constant...
Is that true?
Oh, dude.
Is that true?
Listen to any of his interviews. He only breathes through his mouth.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he can't breathe through his nose.
I just saw one of his recent ones where he was talking about how they changed the game and they changed the game in products, and he's talking about these sunglasses that they're making, and the sunglasses have a tiny spoon on the end of each one of the ear things.
Oh,
and he was like, because I gotta watch my sugar, and if I need a microdose of sugar. Oh my god, he's so funny. I thought he was joking. I didn't know.
No, he definitely parties. Yeah, he parties for sure. And maybe he's broken his nose a lot of times, but yeah, dude, you'll notice it now. Anytime he talks, I'm surprised you haven't, just because of your profession. But
that's right. I do. I'm always listening.
Yeah, he can barely breathe. Dude.
Those mouth breathers. I was too. So
a mouth breather.
Oh my god! Yeah, for 40 years. Over 40.
I must have been too, because when I started taping my mouth closed at night, I definitely sleep better. So
changed the game.
You know, I did it. I was like, no, I already sleep with my mouth closed. And then it occurred to me, like, how would I know? And then now that I do the tape, I certainly feel a difference. So I was like, must have been breathing with my mouth open.
It's so easy to tell. If you have a glass of water and chapstick next to your bed, you're a mouth breather.
I don't.
And you didn't? You were just letting your mouth dry out every night?
Well, I don't drink water close to bedtime because
you got a baby bladder?
Yeah, because I'll wake up. Dude, I wake up to pee often.
Still?
Yeah.
Stop drinking so much.
Like since
since you've been mouth taping. Since you stopped drinking.
Yeah, well, no. So I will. I stop drinking water by like as soon as I can. Like when I finish training, I'll get one last in, and then I'll try to be done after that. Maybe I'll have like a La Croix, before, like when I'm watching Netflix or something when I'm winding down.
Yeah.
But yeah, my water intake goes down. But you know what sucks about the mouth breathing is that mouth taping is I definitely have a worse taste in my mouth when I wake up in the morning because I'm not like swallowing as much.
Less guys are coming in it.
Nobody comes in my mouth when I'm sleeping.
Oh, it's Pride Month, guys. We're just celebrating Pride Month.
So, you
have a worse taste because it's closed?
Yeah, because I suppose if my mouth is open, it probably gets dry more, and so because of that, I subconsciously am like swallowing. Because my mouth gets dry.
I guess, yeah.
And so I can still kind of taste an old version of the dinner when I wake up in the morning.
Get you a new toothpaste, Professor, and stop eating so close to dinner.
I don't brush my teeth at night. So maybe that's the real problem.
Is that real?
I brush my teeth in the morning. I've never understood that. When someone goes, because you got to brush your teeth in the morning for morning breath, right? And so I'm like,
God,
why? If I brush my teeth at night, what the fuck has happened in the last 8 hours? Like my teeth didn't get dirty.
We're gonna lose followers with your dirty mouth.
Let me tell you this. I brush my teeth once a day. I don't floss. Okay. The other day I went to the dentist. The first time, I'm gonna say 13 years.
Oh my god.
Okay. Since I was on my parents' insurance, let's say that. Okay, I'm 33. And they go, you haven't. I told them all that. They're like, oh my gosh, like they were about to go to war in my mouth.
They're so mad.
And they like look into all this stuff, and I hear them reading off the measurements of the gums or this and that, and like looking for cavities, and they're like, okay, so you don't have any cavities, and but you really should floss because your gums are like a millimeter under what they should be.
Right.
And they go, we're just gonna give you a cleaning today. We're gonna do half of it, half your mouth. I don't know why. They were like,
because there was so much plaque and garbage in there.
No, they said that's normal. They were like, because they numb you and they don't. Maybe they don't want to numb the too much lidocaine. I don't know.
Okay,
like, we're gonna do the left half. We're gonna reschedule. Hold on, we're gonna reschedule. And then when we come back, we'll do the right half. And then so I go. Okay, fine. So they do my left half. I look in the mirror. I like bright light. I show my wife. I'm like, this. Do you see? Zero difference. I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going back. And so I got half of a mouth cleaning in the last 13 years, and I got 0 cavities.
Oh my god, so...
Teeth brushing is a myth. It's a lie, kids.
So, number one, they never split up your cleaning. That is because you've got garbage mouth.
But it did nothing. It did nothing.
Number two, they never numb you for a cleaning either. That is because you had so much corrosion that barnacles are in there.
They have to do the little pick thingy. They numb you because they're picking your gums and stuff.
They don't numb you for that. No, the comments. Let the comments show that you do not get numbed.
Why did they numb me?
Because there was so many barnacles in there. They're cleaning the bottom of a boat.
They were commenting. They're like, it's insanely clean.
Did you get like, you're younger than me, but they have a film that they can like paint on your teeth so you don't get cavities anymore.
Oh, really?
So you must have maybe you got that when you were 13 years ago.
No. It's genetic. My dad is the same way. He doesn't go to the...
That would lead me to believe that you are pretty good, especially since you don't have any water next to your bed or whatever, that you are pretty good, mostly a nose breather when you sleep, like mostly, because I had horrific cavities and brushed my teeth all the time.
Gross.
And no, thank you. And it was because I was a mouth breather, and then my mouth would totally dry out. And that, for people that don't know, that is one of the main reasons why you get cavities. Mm-hmm.
So, deep cleanings and root planing are more thorough, and they go below the gum line. So they definitely did that because it was like fucking up there. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah. So that's why they numb me. It's not because I'm disgusting. I mean, I am disgusting, but look at my teeth. I got white teeth, and I drink so much coffee.
Just one side.
And I have soda and candy every day.
You do have nice teeth. You have nice teeth. I have yellower teeth than you do.
I mean,
it's like I have a box of
brush
tools
your teeth less.
in my mouth.
It'll help.
All right. Well, Dr. Nick says brush your teeth less for a healthier mouth, and dentists can suck it.
Oh, speaking of sucking.
Oh. Pride Month.
Elio, cover your ears. Did you see Crone's last fight? Look, he's here.
Stepped in. It's less though. That's not as loud as it usually is.
Yeah, it's much quieter. Yeah. Did you see
Crone's last fight?
He fought over the weekend.
No, did he really?
Or 2 weeks ago?
An MMA match?
Yeah.
No.
UFC match.
What? Crone fought in the UFC 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Oh my God, tell me about it.
It was fucking awful.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was terrible.
He's just training up there in Montana and nobody to train with.
He lives in Montana?
I think so, yeah.
I thought he has a school in fucking...
No, he left that one in LA.
Nice.
Yeah, he left that one a long time ago.
Damn, I wanted to dominate the Montana market. That was my retirement plan.
It's getting big up there.
Montana, that's where I think it's going. Yeah.
Cheap land.
Idaho, here I come.
No, get out of here. How'd it go?
So, okay. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
The Diaz brothers ruined Crone Gracie.
Oh, no. What?
That's a fact.
Why? Because now he just wants to like do the weird boxing, light punches on people.
Okay, I'm gonna here's a hot take that's not my own hot take. Okay, the Diaz brothers don't have good boxing. They have good hands.
Okay,
just not the same.
Okay,
because boxing. This is a Freddie Roach quote, in fact.
Okay.
He said they don't have good boxing. They have good hands because boxing utilizes footwork and head movement. And they have none of those.
They're just like
they've got great hands. They got good reach, but they have they have shitty footwork. They only walk forward. They don't move their head. They stand up straight, right? You know, so, but anyways, the Diaz brothers ruined Crone because Crone's first few fights in the UFC, he looked great. He was doing takedowns. He was using his jiu-jitsu. You know, like he was creating the opportunity to use his jiu-jitsu. He started training with the Diaz brothers. Right, and what the Diaz brothers have fucking amazing jiu-jitsu. Yeah. And what they only use it when they get fucking knocked down. Right? Right. When have you ever seen the Diaz brothers fucking take somebody down and be like, I have great jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna actually fucking use it? Yeah. They just fucking fight and they only use it when they get put on their backs. And so like Crone came out with fought Cub Swanson 3-4 years ago. Yeah. Didn't even attempt to take down. Just stood in that awkward Diaz boxing stance and just threw his little paws out there because he doesn't have the reach or the power like that they have. The reach is huge. Yeah, they have a huge reach. And just fucking ran triathlons because everyone knows that a 15-minute fight is fucking the exact same type of cardio as a 100-mile run. You know, and he smoking blunts, running triathlons. Yeah, we got fucking destroyed by Cub Swanson. Never even tried to take him down. Cub's a boxer. This is years ago. This was 3-4 years ago. Okay. And then Crone hasn't fought since then. And then, well, I saw his last match. Last year, he had a match. He had an MMA match where he did really bad in. Yeah, I don't think so. I just took a deep dive on this. Did you? Okay. Well, go ahead. I mean, you can prove me wrong, but Crone just fought. Not just fought, but it was last year he fought in the UFC. No, not in the UFC. And it wasn't good.
It wasn't very good at all. It was real sad for all of us.
Wait, so was his last fight? No, because he only has 2 losses. I think you're wrong, sir.
I guarantee it. It was like it was like all the rage. We were all talking about it. Was it 2 years ago? It wasn't UFC, I don't think.
No, look. Okay, so his last fight. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the highlights.
Wait, hold on. Am I losing my mind, dude?
And so in this case,
so there was a fight a year ago?
Yes. And he kept trying to pull guard.
This is wild.
Yeah.
This
Tell
is
me.
wild. Okay.
Tell me.
This just started flooding my feed. All these videos of Crone, right?
Okay.
Flooding my feed.
Okay.
And I look at it and it goes, and I look at his record, it says May 6th, against the guy. And there's it's everywhere. And a UFC card had just passed. And so I go, I even saw videos of from Crone where he's saying like same me, new something rather, or same but different or something like that. And I'm looking at this and it's like May 8th, right? And I go, oh, he fought May 6th. And now I'm looking and this was a year ago.
Yeah.
Why the fuck did it just like, I was like, he must have been on that last card. That's wild. And I look it up and I was like, yeah, that's his last fight. That's that guy, May 6th. It was a year ago.
So it wasn't 2 weeks ago.
It was exactly a year ago.
It was the one where I saw the highlights from.
It was that one.
He kept trying to pull guard.
Dude, I brought this up. I saw this happen. I got so many videos. I'm like, oh, we got to talk about this on the podcast. And it happened a fucking year ago.
Oh, my God. Professor. Hey, you're busy building the school. And
I don't watch fights. I don't watch
awesome
UFC.
stuff,
So.
I know. But so did you watch the whole fight?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's like butt scooting. And
he's
stuff.
butt scooting. Yeah, that's, I mean, I couldn't, I heard it afterwards. So I heard what happened and I'm just like, I can't watch this. This breaks my heart.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm so embarrassed.
It looked off. I mean,
No, I'm embarrassed.
Oh,
it happened
was
a year ago.
But that's fine. We can talk about it.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's
we talk about the current events on this podcast.
I mean, he was kind of showing that, like, things have evolved, and he wasn't evolving. His jiu-jitsu wasn't evolving because I'm a firm believer that jiu-jitsu incorporates everything.
Yeah.
So you don't. Yes, it's not. People, of course, you're going to be at the highest level. You got to cross-train a few different things, but like for the majority, to me, there's kicks and punches in jiu-jitsu as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they're there. They exist, right?
And when you watch his
not
first
refining
UFC
them.
fights, right, he was using them. It was very Hickson-esque. He was like
stalking him.
Fake front kick into the takedown. He did a lot of his
front kick. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, for sure. But then it's funny because he fights Cub and he goes, oh, so I didn't use my jiu-jitsu, right? So instead of being like, you know what I'll do? I'll learn how to do takedowns. I'll go back to my Gracie jiu-jitsu roots. He goes, no, I'm going to go full Mikey Musumeci.
Full butt scoots. Yeah, he was butt scooting. I couldn't watch it, man. I heard the aftermath 2 weeks ago. Thank you for not made me feel like I'm like, what? He fought again? I don't think he's going to fight again. I think he's out.
Oh, yeah.
After that showing?
Yeah.
He's not the greatest.
I don't think I'm going to podcast again. I'm so embarrassed. I'm embarrassed as he was after that fight. I put it in my notes. Look. Crone Gracie, right there.
I feel like you butt scooted into this podcast over here.
Sure.
Learn some takedowns.
Listen, I put about as much preparation into this podcast as Crone did into that fight.
That's awful. So that was the one he's training in Montana.
Yeah,
and I think he opened a gym in Montana or something. Mm-hmm. And but anyway, super mad respect to him. I think there, there's probably something
his
going on.
His jiu-jitsu is amazing.
Yeah, of course.
Somebody was not guiding him, or the wrong person was guiding him, and into how he should approach and train for this fight.
Well, you never know,
because Hickson didn't say.
Hickson ain't butt scooting.
Right.
I've never
I wanted
seen
to make a Hickson
scoot.
accent and say you got a butt scoot. I couldn't make it come out.
I'm not gonna try. But yeah, Hickson ain't butt scooting. But like, have you listened to Ronda Rousey talk about her UFC career recently? Mm-mm. She's gotten back. She was on Steve-O's. They were like on a bus. They have a podcast on a bus.
In his van,
yeah. And she talks about her career, and it is enlightening. So whatever happened to Kron, that moment, that fight, you're like, that wasn't the Kron that we were used to. You know what I mean? Like he had much more potential than that. And do you remember when Ronda Rousey fought the killer that just knocked her out of the UFC, Holly Holmes? And you remember
Holly Holmes or Amanda Nunes?
No, she tried to box with Amanda Nunes, right? And did bad.
Yeah.
No, so Holly Holmes knocked her out of the UFC essentially.
Yeah.
But do you remember how she just kept bull rushing her?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that?
She did that to... Yeah, I do.
To Holly Holmes.
Yeah.
So we thought, man, that was a shitty strategy. Mm-hmm. But she had so many concussions in judo, and then she was having them regularly in training for UFC stuff and training for mixed martial arts, that at that point she had, I think she had tunnel vision when that happened. And so she couldn't judge distance. And so the only thing she could do was push forward because she couldn't judge distance anymore in that fight. So that's what was happening. She was getting repeated concussions, and she wasn't telling anybody about it. She was keeping it on the down low, and she had been getting them since judo. So you never know what happened to Kron. Like, there could be some sort of issue.
He couldn't judge the distance between his butt and the floor. And he was like, I thought I was standing.
Maybe he had, like, his hemorrhoids were super bad. He was like, I need to pack my anus back. Yeah, just keep it in there. It's popping out.
Do you think there was a moment? Imagine, like, you're Crone, right? And I'm Hickson. Okay. And we sit down together and we watch, after the fight, you get home, you sit in your chair, and then this is me.
You're Hickson and I'm Crone? Yeah. Oh, Dad, I'm so sorry.
And
He's like, I don't even think that happened. I think he was like...
He stopped answering his phone.
Yeah, Hickson's
he moved back to Brazil again.
I'm going to Brazil. My girlfriend's 20 and I'm going to get a teenager now. I'm tired of that 20-year-old. Gross, flabby skin. Ready for a sweet, fresh one. And that's why he has Alzheimer's, because of all that fucking. He's just so empty. He's just got no semen left in him.
All of his bodily fluids are just so drained.
Sorry, Master Hickson. Yeah. Wasn't reabsorbing nothing. Just respect, Master Hickson. Friend of the podcast.
We don't mean it.
No, oh my God. He's like I had, having no father growing up, I literally picked
you
fathers.
Hickson?
Yeah, Hickson was my father.
That's a good.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about the cold exposure then. I was like, dang, that fool is crazy. And and then I got more into it.
It's funny that he did all that stuff and it didn't really get popularized with him.
It still hasn't. So we had Jack on the podcast.
Cold exposure?
Talking about, the stuff that he does. He was still so ahead of his time. Mm-hmm. Like we have Jack on the podcast, a Hickson, essentially Hickson black belt, and multiple Hickson black belts don't even talk about breath work. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, man, when I met Hickson, when I went to I'm sure I've told you the story before, but when I saw him on the mats and got to talk to him and stuff, when I said that I was there for the breath work, I really was. I didn't care about it. I mean, the moves are amazing, of course. Mm-hmm. But like to me, at the time, the breath work was the most interesting. His eyes just lit up. And when I say we had a half-hour conversation in front of 60 people, I'm not kidding. Like him and I just went back and forth talking. And the other 60 people were like, what are they even
like, who the
talking?
Fuck is this guy? Does he know him?
But it was, that was to me the most interesting thing. And him too. And
he's really passionate about it.
Nobody's teaching that stuff. Henry Akins, I don't think is teaching it. Like
terrible name.
It's Hickson was so ahead of his time with a lot that he was doing that I think we're all just catching up.
Yeah. It's weird that it didn't get. It's such a trend now. I don't say that like a passing trend. Like it's trend is not the right word. How do you say? Like people are becoming aware of it. Like, oh, this is great, right? It's becoming it's growing.
What a great transition. Speaking of, I got the breath mastery for Jiu Jitsu course. The first two modules are done.
That wasn't really a good transition. That was abrupt.
It was abrupt. Oh, it's real though. Breath Mastery for Jiu Jitsu is coming out, aka Breath Jitsu. And you know what I'm giving away to everybody is I'm creating a 2-minute breath work library And so none of the videos, this is after Hadra Gracie watching his instructionals where they're very short. None of the videos are going to be more than 2 minutes. And I have at least 24 breathwork techniques that I'm giving away for free to everybody so that they have some sort of reference in the cool stuff that breathwork can do.
So people can just sign up and take this course for free?
So they can get the breathwork library. They can get the free 2-minute breathwork library. So again, multiple 24 at least techniques, 2-minute techniques. And then breath mastery for Jiu Jitsu will not be free.
Okay.
But
can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Because you told me about breath jitsu, right?
Yeah.
And just now you said breath mastery for Jiu Jitsu.
Yes.
That is 500 times cooler.
Oh, the name is?
You should run with that, in my opinion.
So that is
That
the name.
sounds super cool.
That is the name for the Jiu Jitsu course.
Okay, cool.
And so what I'm thinking I'm going to do is...
Let's just use like just your pet name for it.
Yeah, breath. It's like AKA breath. That's the short.
Okay.
That's the short for it. But what I will bring is breath jitsu to the general public once breath mastery for jiu-jitsu is complete, and I get some feedback and people are learning a little bit more and stuff because everybody really needs this stuff. Then we'll have some fun and do breath jitsu for everybody, and you don't have to do jiu-jitsu to do it. But I have a belt system. I have it all, man.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's one of the things that is becoming huge now that tech companies are finding is like gamifying things. So like one of the coolest things with Dwayne Ludwig's online program is that you cannot move forward. Every week a new lesson will unlock, and it really motivates you to keep practicing to move on to the next week. You're like, oh, what's next? What's next? Same thing with, that's why we have belts in jiu-jitsu, right? It motivates people to continue.
So I'll do that too, but I won't make it time released. I'll make it like you finish, you can get on to the next one. So it makes you get through it.
But the same concept is just it's just the next one, and then it's just a game. You have to unlock the next level.
I love badges and unlocking stuff.
Just so much fun.
Just that. Temu did it. They really discovered that that's the ultimate way to sell to people.
Temu is like a new Amazon, right?
Yeah, it's like the Chinese Amazon.
What's the game? Like, what do you unlock?
Oh my God, there's so many things. You're spinning stuff. You're doing stuff. If you want, you can get like a bunch of free stuff if you send the links out to other people and they sign up. This is the crazy way it gets you. You say you need 5,000 points to get 5 free things, and then you send out 3 links. You get 1,000 points a link. They signed up. Dude, you're almost to the end. I just need 2 more. You sent out the last one. You sent out the second one. So you get another 1,000 points. Now you're at 4,000. You sent out the last one. It's, you only got 500 for that one. Okay, so I got to send out one more. You sent out one more. Oh, you get 250 for that one. Oh, I got to send out another one. I sent out another one. Oh, you got 125 for that one. They totally did this. My son did it, and then it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And the last one, you're like, so he was joking. He was like, I'm working for Temu now. He got no joke. They trick you, and you think you get 5 people to sign up. He got 13 people to sign up, I think. And like, they're still like, well, I mean, you're almost there. You almost got it. And that was the greatest Saturday Night Live.
Genius.
Oh, it was the greatest Saturday Night Live on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Saturday Night Live was like, Temu, like you can get this stuff inexpensive. And then they're like, and no, we don't have child labor. And they kept like sneaking in these, like, everyone worked normal hours. Like, wait a minute. And then the models that are like modeling and stuff, they're like, did they say that they don't work normal hours? Like, there's child labor. And then they're like, and the materials are great. And then their clothes are ripping and stuff. Like, it's awful. Temu stuff is pure garbage for the most part. Oh, yeah. Garbage.
I mean, a lot of things on Amazon is terrible.
That's not Amazon. That's it's the Chinese.
No, I'm comparing them. Like a lot of things on Amazon also. Like when you buy some things on Amazon, but the thing is that it's a guaranteed return, so you kind of just every time I buy something on Amazon, like those shelves behind you that hang fucking crooked, I could not get them to hang straight, and I'm pretty good at that type of stuff. Yeah, couldn't do it.
Well, that's what you get. Get what you pay for.
Yeah, you always roll the dice when you buy things on Amazon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Although I did buy a samurai sword once, a Damascus blade samurai sword.
On Amazon?
Yes. With the, on the sheath, the eye of Sauron or whatever it is, and it was blue with all the good stuff, the stingray leather on the handle and everything, and it was $120, I think, $120. And I'm like, I'm gonna roll the dice on this. I have to. Everything looks like.
Is this the one you bought for Mike, or is this?
This is for Chance. This is for my buddy Chance, and it's 40th birthday.
That's right.
And it came out, and it was amazing. And it was exactly what they said it was.
Or did you have Brandon sharpen it?
Dude, it's battle ready. Yes, it's battle ready. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's to protect his family from home invaders.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and to have a lot of fun when we got big bags of spoiled fruit. He can totally defend himself. You just keep heaving fruit at him. So,
if anybody ever attacks him in a produce section, he's fucking.
Oh,
he's ready to go.
They're done. Yeah. Oh, he's going to make good progress.
Did you watch the video I sent you about why Terrence Howard, or what's his name? Terrence Crawford. Did you watch it?
Terrence Howard. I totally did.
What are your thoughts? Because I don't know how much you were joking.
No, I'm a huge fan. He's, I believe in a ton of that stuff. And
ton of what stuff? He invented math? Reinvented math?
He reinvented the periodic table. Yeah. No, I 1000% believe that. And
what?
And when the guy, your debunker.
Yeah.
At first, out of the gate, your debunker's like, I don't know who this guy is. I ain't seen any of his movies. Like, really, dude? You haven't seen Hustle and Flow. He's been in thousands of amazing movies.
Well, that doesn't make his point wrong.
No, it doesn't. But it makes him super lame out of the gate. Like, oh, really? You're not watching current movies? Okay.
Hustle and Flow is 25 years old, dude.
Is it? Oh, see, I'm old. That's. I thought it was
not a current movie.
Oh my god, that's a super good movie.
He has not been. The most current movie he's been in is fucking the first Iron Man.
Oh my god, yeah. So because he dipped out. He dipped out of Hollywood. But no, he's as far as his acting career is amazing to me. So that surprised me. The guy's like, I don't even know who he is. And then
but
yeah, that doesn't make him wrong.
You're gonna have to defend Terrenceology.
Okay, no, but just him saying like the fact that the flower of life is not it was never meant to be in 3D. Your debunker. He can suck my thick cock because how the hell does he know? And that is one of the... I've been to Spain and seen the flower of life like carved into multiple things. This thing is extremely old. And
I didn't hear him say it's not supposed to be in 3D. He was just saying like...
He was saying how ludicrous it was that it was in 3D. That it didn't make sense. Why wouldn't that make sense?
I didn't hear that part.
That was right.
At least I missed it.
Yeah.
Okay, but
what else?
Terrence is the two biggest ones. So I just sent you a video, but there was a bunch of them, and the couple of the recurring things was one that he was trying to say that 1 times 1 equals 2. Right, and so like this is how this guy explained it, and I know you know how to do multiplication. I'm not explaining this to you, but this is actually. When he explained it to me, I was like, of course I know how to do multiplication, but I don't know I never thought about what it actually is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Uh-huh. I remember it now, actually, I think about it being elementary school when you first learn it. Okay. Like if you take 6 times 5, you write 6 5 times, and then you add them together.
Right.
That's what multiplication is, right? Yes. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So if you take 1, and you write it 1 time, and you add up all those 1s, you got 1.
So that was more or less.
We're echoing, like in the pop, we're like echoing in this thing.
I don't know. I mean, to me, that was more or less that's like not an analogy. There's a better word for it, but I mean, he's got a position on this stuff. He's not saying that like we're going to change math.
No, he is though. He's saying like he was like one. Dude, look at this. Listen to this echo. Has this been going on the whole episode?
Oh, I don't hear it. I don't know what you mean. It's been the same to me.
Okay. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But he's saying like math is wrong, and 1 times 1 equals 2. And he's trying to make that face.
What's 1 times 2?
What?
What's 1 times 2?
1 times 2 is 2.
So 1 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 2?
No, he's saying 1 times 1 is 2. It's not. It's 1. It's 1.
I know, but what is he saying 1 times 2 is?
Also,
he's not trying to rewrite math. I don't think he's trying to rewrite math. He's saying math is wrong for the fact that we have been rounding pi. That's what he's saying.
I haven't heard him make an argument with pi, but I mean,
No, because he's saying we're rounding infinite numbers. We're rounding infinite numbers. That doesn't make any sense. He's like, that's not how it works, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, well, we round it because it's we're getting outside of my. I have no fucking idea, but but I do know that 1 × 1 = 1, and I also know that like his whole thing is like, oh, we haven't figured out how to. There was a couple things he said. He was like, we haven't figured out how to conjugate the waveforms of something, rather, right? And conjugate is a vocabulary. Like you do that to words. You can't. Right. You don't conjugate math or anything physical. Like conjugations like jump, jumping, jumped. Like it's the tense in which you say your words.
Right. So it's used for words, but he's using it for math. So
that makes no sense.
Well, it's like to me it does because
a number can't have tense like that. We've gotten so far off the.
I know. I am a huge supporter of his. I think that the flower of life is 100% should have been in 3D, and I think that the negative space we've been trying to figure out what this negative space is, and I think he's come up with some amazing ideas about it. And I think the Earth is flat, so fuck y'all. Just kidding. I really don't think the Earth is flat.
But you do think 1 × 1 = 2.
That was. I think analogy is a good word. That was like an analogy. That wasn't like he doesn't really think that he said it in
many interviews.
Is not 1.
Many interviews.
I know, but he's trying to get across a point. He's trying to be like he's trying to get across a statement.
But you can't do that. You can't be like, listen, I'm trying to prove to you that we don't know that veterinarians are way far off the mark in their treatment of fucking rabies, because we all know, right, that cat is a cat, but they're wrong because a cat is a duck.
So I think you're missing this point. I'm going to go back and look and figure out. I'm going to find out exactly what he's trying to tell you.
Yeah.
But
there was another one. There was another one where he was talking about a certain mathematician. He was like, I forget what he was talking about. It was like a certain mathematician who was trying to figure out something to do with like the Fields equation or whatever, the something rather. And this one guy was talking about, I was like, this guy that he's talking about died in like the 1500s. And like Fields math was not around like until like recently.
Okay, well, I can't speak on that. I don't know that one.
There was a bunch. Dude, you just keep watching them. There's a bunch. Like everything, nothing he says, none of it makes sense.
He's just out there.
You think that he remembers his birth?
Yeah. Why not?
Because like we don't, whatever part of our brain that stores memory is like it's not on. Like we can't even like.
I've heard of people having womb memories. Sure.
What?
They even have like there's a whole breathing system called rebirthing, where you go back to the womb.
Ew.
Yeah, it's gross. I think he is a genius. I think he has makes some. Of course, he probably made some mistakes, but he's got some conjecture in there that he's trying his best to figure out some amazing stuff. I think that he is considering the space between atoms that nobody considers. What really molecules and atoms are the sticks with the balls. That doesn't make any sense to me either. That makes less sense than what he's saying.
Sticks with balls? What?
Yeah. So a molecule. You know what a molecule looks like? An atom, a like oxygen molecule. Mm-hmm. There's two. It's O2, and then hydrogen. 2 oxygen and hydrogen. It's like a little stick. It's like a little trifecta. That's what it looks like?
No one thinks it looks like that. That's just a diagram that they use to be like, look, this one's connected to this one and this one's connected to this one.
But what does it look like then?
They're I mean, they don't look like anything because they're so small to see.
And he's telling you exactly what they look like.
What do they look like? A flower?
They're full circles. They're full circles, and then there is a negative space in between them. And the negative space is the power, essentially. And that's what we've been trying to figure out, is what all this negative space is.
What about the part where he says straight lines don't exist?
Straight lines don't exist. Well, if the whole world is balls, which I like to believe it is, then how could it exist? Because there would be a bunch of balls on top of each other.
What do you mean?
Because if everything is a bunch of tiny balls, it's not a straight line.
But you could move in a straight line.
Tiny balls.
If something has a straight trajectory. Because he was saying like all movement is waves, that doesn't make any sense.
You don't think so? Why?
I mean, I can walk over there and I can drive over there. I'm not driving in a wave.
Not entirely. Yeah, you are. That's what he's saying. It's subtle. He's saying that's why nobody recognizes it.
Nobody recognizes what?
That straight lines don't exist.
Well, time will tell. We'll see if they start teaching teratology in the. Oh, hate that.
If this is made up with molecules, then these aren't a straight line. This isn't a straight line. It's a bunch of curved lines to get there.
In the context of movement, though, he was talking about.
How could you move entirely straight? That's impossible.
In space, you could.
I mean, you don't think there's any variation?
Not if space is empty, no.
Exactly. It's not empty. It's just empty. There's nothing there. Yeah, no, it's full of stuff. That's what he's saying. That's the point.
Let's get him on the podcast.
Let's have him explain it all. I mean, if we're going to find out real quick if he's right or not, because, his ideas are so outlandish and so out there that if he did really figure out that movement through space and time without...
We're going to find out really quick if he...
Well, because it's going to be like, Elon Musk is going to be on it. If you can really move the way that what they say... Some of those Area 51 movement protocols that were created where you defy gravity. Uh-huh. I mean, they've basically, Bob Lazar said that existed. And now he's saying, this is how you do it. This is how it happened. So if it's out there, we're going to figure it out.
Can you imagine that if that happens?
I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. I really think that's going to happen.
How much long do we have to wait before I can say that you were wrong?
I mean, we got to see if he's like super debunked or not. I mean, you're saying there's 1,000 YouTube videos, but people debunk chest breathing. I mean, it's all stupid.
Yeah, YouTube videos isn't proof, but I mean, definitely higher end schools are all like no, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything either, because people said that anytime someone has a new idea, it's usually rejected for a little while. But
Egyptologists.
So can we revisit this in episode 1000? And if it hasn't been proved, then we'll be like, please, you're wrong, suck it.
Yeah, I want a BJ. I'm going to BJ for the win.
No, it's not. I'm not betting even money. Only I.
On episode 1000, somebody's sucking somebody's dick. No, that's not true.
Make sure you hit that notification button.
It's a horrible episode. So, I mean, even Egyptologists say the 10 billion pound bricks were moved with ropes and pulleys. We are so wrong. Humanity has such amnesia. We don't know what's going on.
I agree with that. But
yeah, so we have no idea. I feel
pretty sure though.
Well, hey, your gut is your gut can tell you some answers. But yeah, I loved his explanation for aliens too. Like, yeah, he was like, yeah, of course we'd evolve into that because we don't need to. You didn't watch it the whole thing, did you? You couldn't do it.
No, I could not. I watched 10 episodes. I was like, dude, this guy's fucking... 10 episodes? 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Oh, that's all you watched?
I can't handle this guy.
It keeps going forever. He's got it all figured out. Yeah, you didn't hear about the perpetual... I keep wanting to say perpetual motion, but the anti-gravity movement. You didn't hear about that either. Oh my God! You're gonna bring this up after 10 minutes of him just going on about.
I couldn't handle it.
So good. It was so good. You think if Flower Life is flat? You son of a biscuit.
All right. Well, I don't think we're gonna get any better than that.
No,
So-
that's pretty good. So that's all we got. Should we go back to jiu-jitsu? What time is it?
Oh
Did you get to kids' class?
no, but I got to do some editing real fast.
Okay,
So we're how far? Yeah, it's an hour 20.
that's good.
Call it there.
Cool. It worked.
So subscribe. Make sure you stick around for episode 1000. I really hope you don't hear this echo, because I hear an echo like reverberating through these mic stands, and I really hope that this doesn't come out like
I
that.
don't hear it in mine. Maybe it's yours.
That's hopeful.
That's weird. No, is it? It's literally
Yes.
like a repeating.
Test. It's only sometimes I can just like hit the right tone, and I feel like it's like a tuning fork. You're like,
Is it?
through the-
No, tuning forks don't exist. Waves don't exist, right?
I didn't say the waves
sounds
don't
on-
exist.
Sounds doesn't matter. Sounds not in waves. It's straight lines.
All right. Well, this is actually the last episode, guys.
It's over.
Sorry that you had to see the end.
Ugh.
We still love you. Mom and Dad still love the kids, but we grew apart. All right,
It's gonna
guys.
be better. It's gonna be better apart. We're starting 2 new podcasts.
Subscribe to Post Rolls Podcast, Spotify, YouTube. Follow me, Nick Angeloni 155, even though I'm significantly more jacked than that these days. And at Miles Lucas on all platforms.
There you
Right?
go. Hit it, baby.
All right, that's it, guys.
Thanks for being
Peace.
here.
Yes, sir.
Stuck around.